everyone, we're going to find the sum of the series from k equal 1 to 10 for 1 divided by a sub k times a sub k plus 1 when the sum from k equals 1 to n of a sub k equals n squared plus 3n. Alright, so let's write this out. Our sum, so s sub n is going to be the sum from k equals 1 to n, and we're going to write this as a sub k, I'm saying sub, a sub k equals n squared plus 3n. Now, what we want to find is a sub n. And to do that, since we have the sum, and for example, if you have a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus dot 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 plus a sub n minus 1 plus a sub n. So this will be your last term. So to find a sub n, what I can do is take the sum of all the terms minus the sum of all the terms except the last one, right? And then when you subtract that, you'll get your a sub n. And that means we're checking for a sub n when we have at least two terms. So that's going to be if n is greater than or equal to 2. So we need at least two terms. Now, so that's going to equal s sub n is n squared plus 3n, then minus s sub n minus 1. So you just take this and substitute n minus 1. So that's going to be n minus 1 squared plus 3 times n minus 1. Alright, so this is going to give me n squared plus 3n and minus, let's do this, n squared minus 2n plus 1 plus 3n minus 3. So let's see what we get. This is going to be, these two cancel. So we're going to have 3n plus 2n minus 1 minus 3n plus 3. So basically this cancels out, and we're going to have this equals 2n plus 2. Now that's for when we have at least two terms. It'll be a sub n. Let's check, we'll call this case 1. Case 2, we want to check for when n is 1. So when n is 1, we're going to substitute 1 in here, and you're going to get 1 squared plus 3n equals 4. We also have to check this one. So that's going to be 2 times 1 plus 2 equals 4. So since these both work, and since condition 1 and condition 2 are valid, that means our a sub n is going to equal 2n plus 2, and that's for n is greater than or equal to 1. So at least one term. This is valid. So now we have this formula here. Let me write it out. The sum from k equals 1 to n, or 10, this one, all right, and that's going to be 1 divided by, and again our a sub n is 2n plus 2. So what we want to do is substitute in k for a sub k here for this. So that's going to be 2k plus 2 times 2k plus 4. Now we can factor out a 4 here, and this would give me the sum from k equals 1 to 10, and it's going to be 1 divided by, factor out of 4, you're going to get k plus 1 times k plus 2. And then we're going to write this, bring this 4 out, so we can write this as 1/4 times the sum of k equals 1 to 10 of this. Now I want to break this up, and you use partial fraction decomposition. So if we have 1 divided by k plus 1 times k plus 2, that's going to equal a divided by k plus 1 plus b divided by k plus 2. So that gives you 1 equals, if you clear the fractions, a times k plus 2 plus b times k plus 1. All right, when k is negative 2, that clears that, and you're going to get 1 equals negative b, so b is 1. And when k is negative 1, you're going to get a equals 1. So now I can rewrite this. My a is 1 and my b is negative 1. So I can write this as 1 divided by k plus 1 minus 1 divided by k plus 2. All right, so this is kind of messy here. Let's go ahead and rewrite this and then find our sum. So basically we have 1/4 times the sum of k equals 1 to 10 of 1 divided by k plus 1 minus 1 divided by k plus 2. All right, so when k is 1, let's write our 1/4. And when k is 1, you're going to have 1/2 minus 1/3. And k is equal to 2, we're going to have 1/3 minus 1/4. When k is 3, you have 1/4 minus 1 divided by 5 plus ... plus the last term is n, so that's going to be 1 divided by 11 minus 1 divided by 12. It's always a good idea to write 3 terms because this is a telescope series, and we got to see the pattern of what's collapsing. The telescope collapses on itself, so that's what's happening here. And what's happening is this last term cancels out the first term of the next part. So these two cancel. So these last term is going to cancel out this term, and then this term cancels out that. So basically what we have left is this 1/4 and then 1/2 for this part, and then we have minus 1/12. All right, this is going to equal 1/4 and then 5/12 here, and which equals 5 divided by 48. And that is your sum. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.